I'm Dane Outlaw, mayor. I don't do this a lot, but I was so excited at the opportunity to do an interview today with a couple of very delightful folks you're going to enjoy hearing from. One is an actual artist illustrator, and the other is a writer and an author, and she has recently written a book. And so we have both an author and the illustrator of the book. And I'm so excited because there's so much opportunity and so much creativity here in New Bern. And this is a little personal for me that Deirdre, who I'm going to introduce in just a second, Deirdre used to teach at New Bern High, and I was so involved with Partners in Education at one time, and I'm so much on public education, and you, on many occasions, I saw how you work with the English, with the students, and I can't thank you enough for your contributions to education. Let's start it out by introducing yourself. Tell us how long you've been in New Bern. I think you grew up in New Bern.
I did. I grew up in New Bern.
Yeah, and tell us a little bit about yourself, and both of you tell the audience what you're doing and what you hope to do,
yes,
and hopefully how it's going to impact New Bern in a very positive way. So, Dierdre, let's go ahead.
Okay, well, I have lived in New Bern for 24 years. I have taught for 33, and I spent the last 15 years at New Bern High School, and I retired from New Bern High School. Lindsay was actually one of my very talented students, and so for me to have the opportunity to work with her is just a pleasure. So it happened one day that I had moved into a home, and my husband and I had worked on this home. It was Federalist, and we redid the whole place. We had one room that was left, but basically the house was all set. So we moved in, and one morning the girls and I were having breakfast, and all of a sudden through this window a little mouse appeared. And I didn't want my children to be afraid of this little mouse, who actually was adorable. So I picked up the little mouse and dried her off because she had come in out of a horrendous storm, and she ended up staying with us for a long time, and we fed her every day, and she became our little friend, and we named her Agatha Nibbly. I knew this would be the perfect present to leave my children, something they would always have to remember me. And I began to write this story. However, I went through 2 illustrators, and I did not care for their work. I did not appreciate the fact that they took my idea, but they were changing it. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of disheartening. And then I heard that Lindsay had returned to New Bern. Lindsay just got it. And I don't care how great a writer you are, if you're writing a children's book, it's your illustrator who sells it for you. And so we did this one book, and if you can see, the artwork is just fabulous. And in fact, if I was really jealous, I would have felt very bad when all my family said to me, the story's adorable, but the illustrations are gorgeous. Right. And I was like, yeah, I know, they are stunning.
Well, like I said earlier, I have grown up here in New Bern. I went to New Bern High with Miss Deirdre. I went to the Savannah College of Art and Design School in Savannah, Georgia. And I first actually started out as an animator. And then I took a class in illustration thinking, okay, well, it's just probably like a side class I wanted to do, but I just fell in love with it. And that's where I focused into my major. Was I just switched from animation to illustration, and I just haven't looked back since. I've done a variety of mediums, and I think the biggest thing I fell in love with the children's books is that I could really exemplify what I do as an illustrator, and that's doing watercolor, and I can do digital art. And so working alongside with Deirdre, it really sparked the imagination. I really just went with it, this fantasy setting, or this sort of like whimsical fantasy setting, and that's mostly what my art deals with. Is just having like these like sort of flowers and this whimsical nature to it, and we just work so well together. We just, while we're working together, we just crack all these jokes.
Lindsay and I hang out on Saturdays at Farmers Market. We are getting our work on Facebook. We are also looking to distribute our work because we really want to get these stories out into the hands of children. Just the simple act of being read to, or to be able to read and to have those few moments, I think are so precious. And we're not encouraging our kids to read anymore. So stories like this are easy to read, they're enjoyable, and you want to go back and read them again.
You can find my artwork on Instagram, Lindsay Whimsy, and I'll have to spell this one out. It's LNZYWHMZY on Instagram, and the same can be found on my Twitter. It's the same spelling. I am currently just kind of just trying to do like some community work, and I'm finding a lot of just enjoyment of reaching out and just being in New Bern in general.
Okay. Well, this is This Week from City Hall, and again, two of my favorite folks here are with us today, and we thank you so much.
Thank you.
Art and music are so important to New Bern. Thank you for being with us.